everyone, this is Janae back at it again. I have a story time video for you about how I didn't get into the ATEEZ LA fan sign, but I ended up going to a fan sign for ATEEZ. To give you some background information, ATEEZ went to both KCON New York and KCON LA. New York's closer, so I definitely knew that I was going to go, and of course ATEEZ was there, so I definitely was going to go to that. And they announced their fan sign. I got into their fan sign, did high touch, did all the good stuff with ATEEZ, and I was addicted. So when they announced that they were going to KCON LA, I knew that I really wanted to go, but I was broke. Pretty much at the time. Just after all the AT stuff that I did, I was down a couple of dollars. But my friends were like, you know, even if we don't get into the fan sign, because they hadn't announced the LA fan sign, if we don't get into the LA fan sign, we can still enjoy the convention. We can still, you know, hang out in LA and do all the good stuff in LA. So I'm like, sure, cool. We all bought our albums. We had like a specific number. We had this lucky number, and we just all decided to get the same amount of albums, and you know, if it's fate, it's fate. We got in, but none of us got in, but that's okay. You know, we still wanted to go. We didn't buy concert tickets because again, it was out of our budget. So we just got convention passes, and we just went to LA, hope for the best. And it was a fun time, you know, just meeting up with other fandoms and just hanging out. Again, I like hanging out. I'm a food girl. I like to hang out. We hung out. It was great. And on one of the last days for the convention, I wanted to go early because they were having KCON Foodie, and AB6 was going to start off the day, and then ATEEZ. You know, if you haven't noticed by now, I'm a big ATEEZ fan. So I wanted to get there early. We wanted to get there early so we can get a good spot. We got there early-ish, like 7, I can't really remember. And it worked out perfectly because they were doing wristbands for GA, and an acquaintance that we met up with, well, no, she's my friend, my homegirl that we met up with. She was doing GA the next that night, so she was gonna go stand in line and get a wristband and then come back. So while I'm sitting there, just, you know, me just talking, asking people around me like who they're there for, what are they excited, have they been having fun. This one gentleman told me that he had done a HitEnter, like some type of event with one of the groups that he liked. I'm like, oh, well, how'd you do that? Like, you know, I haven't really been, I've been in La La Land. Tell me what you've done. And he said, yeah, if you go to the merch booth and you purchase, you know, this package, depending on what artist that they have that day, you can get a HitEnter, a fan sign with them. And I'm like, huh, that sounds right up my alley. Like, do you know what groups are coming today? And he says, oh, it's gonna be this group, and it might be ATEEZ. And I'm like, double, huh? Oh, this is just wonderful information. So after that, I concocted a plan with my friends. You know, if they're selling the merch booth for ATEEZ, then, you know, one of us will go over there and not hold spot, but we'll just check to see if that's what they were doing. You know, being in line for KCON to start is intense at LA, because, you know, you have multiple, if you've been to the convention or you're interested, they have flights of steps or escalators that go up to the convention floor, and like they had multiple people, multiple lines at first, but then it all merged into like one line, and I happened to be in front of said line at one point. So it was really weird for me. Like, you know, the tension was up. We're like, oh my gosh, we really want to see AB6. We really want to see ATEEZ at KCON Foodie. That was the event. And, you know, what if this was like a thing? Like, what if ATEEZ was doing the Star Talk, the merch thing? So, you know, once 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock came on, it was kind of just like a fast pace. They tell you don't run, but you kind of fast walk, half run up the escalators to where you need to go. I go to the merch booth. My 3 friends go to KCON Foodie. And lo and behold, they are selling these merch packages, and ATEEZ is the artist. So I quickly call my friend while I'm in line, like, yes, they have these packages, like, come if you can. So I get mine. I think I'm like number 9 or whatever. That's the number that they give me. And I walk off with my $100 worth of merch and a little pass saying that I get to meet ATEEZ. Yeah, I feel like that was a more intense story, but that's what happened. Yeah. And after that, I got to see, well, hold the phone. That's not the only thing. When I walked back to my friend to see what spots they secure for KCON Foodie, these chicks are in the first and second row in the center. And I'm like, how? Like, what did you guys do? And they're like, yeah, we just made space for ourselves, and we talked to the people next to us. They're only here for AB6, so they said we can take their spots or, you know, kind of scoot over when, you know, ATEEZ starts to come. So I'm like, this is perfect. Like, let me cheer for Ujin. Like, oh my gosh, Ujin, if you see that, you'll probably never see this, but I love you. I saw you from Produce. Like, my guy. But anyway, yeah, like, we had great spots. So we got to watch them cook food and eat food, and we saw ATEEZ like so close. And I was a bit sad at first because I was the only one to get a ticket, and I knew that my friends were ATEEZ fans as well. But actually one of my friends ended up getting a ATEEZ, buying one from off of someone like randomly. But yeah, so we both got to do it, and I will show the clip now. Thank you for watching. Hi. How are you doing today?
Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing good. You performed really well yesterday. Sicko Mode was really great, and just everything was, Empire Queen was really great too. Oh, yep. Hi. Oh, I made you a banner. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
So amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. See you. Hi. Yeah. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. Oh, you performed really well yesterday. No, I'm sorry. Good seeing you. Hi, son. Oh, thank you for coming too. You performed. Oh, did I eat? No.
I will make it amazing.
Okay. Thank you. Hi, son. Nice to meet you too. You are so handsome. Oh, thank you. Bye, thank you. Hi, Hanjun. Nice to meet you too. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm so excited.
Oh, good luck today. Hi. Oh, I have a pen. You're so cute.